to Brewing Success, where growth is the mission, change is the reward, and progress is the goal. I am your host, Andrea Gebhardt. I'm a former educator turned passionate entrepreneur whose desire to create impact has never wavered. I've spent the last decade teaching, mentoring, and coaching people on how to create success in their lives and businesses with proven strategies and systems that not only bring about change, but big results. When it comes down to it, teaching is my specialty, leadership is my jam, and inspiring you to live a bigger, fuller life is what I'm all about. This podcast will give you the knowledge and tools you need to brew success in almost any area of your life. You're going to walk away each week feeling inspired, motivated, and ready to step outside your comfort zone and into the next level of who you're meant to be. Now let's get into today's episode. In today's episode, we are going to talk about doubt. And in the ABCs of leadership, D is for doubt. And I'm so grateful to get to have the opportunity to talk about doubt right now at this current phase of where we all are in our lives, with a year coming to an end and another year getting ready to begin, because most oftentimes, even with the most incredible intentions, doubt is what creeps in and steals the show. And it's why year after year, you have failed to make progress in the things that you set out for yourself, the things that you were really passionate and excited about, but not this year. This year, we're going to go in with a stronger understanding of what doubt is and how it serves us. So one of the most common phrases you will hear is that doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. And that is 100% the truth. So we're going to talk about the upside of doubt. We're going to create a better understanding of its purpose and improve your relationship with this little dream killer. Most people see doubt as a sign that you shouldn't take the next step, as if that feeling of doubt is the universe's way of trying to tell you that you are not ready, that it's not time, and ultimately not a good idea after all. I mean, if you were meant to do it, and if it was meant to be, it would feel all warm and welcoming and squishy and amazing, like a cozy robe on a cold morning, right? But in reality, doubt isn't actually a red flag. It's a green light. It's a sign for you to go and move forward and not stop. And once you understand the role that doubt plays in your success, you'll eventually come to anticipate its arrival and leverage its energy for the greater good of what you're working to accomplish. So the thing about doubt is a pestilent little thing. It makes an appearance just as you're ready to take the next step, maybe finalize the important decision, or when a moment of inspiration hits. It starts out as a quiet whisper in the back of your mind, a little rumbling in the depths of your belly, the kind that you sort of hear and you lean in and you try to decipher. It's really crazy because you're in this space of writing that inspiration. You're in the space of starting something new. You're in the space of finally tackling that project. And it's just like doubt just shows up like the fairy doubt mother. But instead of coming to wave her magic wand and put you in the best outfit, ready to go to the ball and make all your dreams come true, she shows up and she waves her little doubt stick at you and tells you all the reasons why you're not capable, you're not worthy, you're not deserving, why this is not a good idea, why you're not capable, and why you're ultimately going to fail. And it's crazy because if you aren't careful, that little whispering of doubt that is in your mind can turn siren-like. It can become so loud that it affects your vision, it affects your ability to think, and your ability to move. That's why doubt has a reputation for being paralyzing, because it stops us in our tracks and it keeps us from moving forward. And the reason for that is that we think, and we've been taught, and we've been told that doubt, when doubt appears, you need to take a step back. You need to rethink the plan, maybe need to go a different direction, because if it was meant to be, it would feel like it's supposed to happen. But what you need to know, and what I need you to understand, is that doubt is literally fear with its work boots on. Like, doubt is fear with its work boots on. fear showing up, dressed up as doubt, to try to make you back down from what you're really excited about and what you're really passionate about. Doubt is a sign that what you're about to do is big. And fear, guys, fear doesn't want you big. It wants you to stay small because it wants to be bigger. I sometimes think that doubt also appears as quality control. We're going to talk about that in a second, but doubt is a sign that what you're about to do is big, and I want you to remember that. That's like your first sign of defense. When doubt creeps up and when that fairy doubt mother appears, that should notify you, that should signal you that, hey, I must be onto something. I must be getting ready to take the next step in that path that's been predestined for me. I must be on the cusp of something great and something magical because doubt is here. Doubt is here to deter me from my dreams. And the exciting thing about that is when you can look at doubt and not be afraid of it, but recognize it that, oh my gosh, doubt's here. Boom, I'm on the right track. This is incredible. You have to remember again that fear doesn't want you to be big. Fear wants to be in control. Fear wants to keep you small. Fear always wants to be bigger than you, which is why doubt tries to appear and be so consistent so often, especially when you're working on your dreams, especially when you're on that journey to success. And again, doubt appears as quality control. And what do I mean by that? I mean that it shows up to make sure that what you really want is what you really want. Do you want it bad enough? Like doubt shows up, and if it makes you back down and if it makes you retreat, like it's just a test. Oh, your dream isn't that big to you. It's not that serious. Your purpose, this calling of yours, like you're not that serious. You're totally not committed. Because the minute doubt popped up, you stepped back. And we've not only got to step up and face doubt, we've got to step up and step over it. It's a feeling that creeps up and hopes to become big enough, a big enough distraction, that you never actually take that step. And now, why does that happen? It happens because a big part of you, where doubt and fear hang out, the alley that they hang out in your brain, is your subconscious, where all of your past programming, some of the things that you've been through, those traumatic experiences, those people who spoke negative things into your life and told you you weren't good enough. Who do you think you are? You didn't come from the right kind of family. Whatever that pre-programming that's in there, that's where fear and doubt hang out on like Crap Street, okay? Telling you that you're not good enough and you're not capable. And it happens. And you don't take that step because a big part of you is still imprisoned by your past programming. A big part of you is still stuck underneath the limiting beliefs that others have placed on your life, the limiting thoughts that others have injected to your dreams, like your entire life. I mean, we've all had those people. We've all had those people who have, maybe tried to show up and be supportive, but they really weren't. Those people who spoke down to us or told us that we weren't going to be capable or what were we thinking and, we weren't worthy of whatever it was that we are trying to accomplish. And as much confidence as you have and as much work as you've done and as much growth as you've gone through, those things are always going to kind of be there. And you have to learn how to work alongside of them. You have to learn how to not allow those things to overtake you and overpower you. So when doubt shows up as an uninvited guest in your head, in your heart, or in the mouths of those around you, remember that it's just a test. Owning your vision, trusting yourself, and pushing forward is how you defeat doubt. Always remember that doubt will always surface, and how long it stays there is completely up to you. So let's revisit those 3 things that you can do when doubt strikes, when it appears, and when it creeps up. First thing is own your vision. When you're feeling that little bit of an unsettling notion, maybe like this isn't such a great idea, maybe that you shouldn't be doing this, I want you to remember the vision. I want you to own it. What about what you were doing was so exciting, that was so thrilling, that was so fulfilling, that was just lit your soul on fire? What about it was that for you? Identify that, write it down, say it out loud, tell somebody if you have to, because the moment you own your vision, doubt dissipates because you just became stronger in the moment. The second one is to trust yourself. Listen to me, friends, when I say this to you. The dream that you have inside your heart, the calling that has been placed on your life, those ideas that you have, those things you want to teach, those things you want to create, the songs you want to write, the book that's inside of you, the story that needs to be shared, the hardest chapter of your life that's going to be a guide to help somebody overcome their own challenges. All of that is there for you to share with the world, to add value. And you know it because you feel it. You are drawn to it. You are constantly being brought to this place of it's time to share. It's time to bring it forward. You've got to go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And you've neglected to do so because every time that doubts creeped up, you've allowed it to take control of that and you've backed down and you haven't made progress in that arena. I can speak totally to this because this podcast has been a dream of mine for over 2 years. You know, I serve a really incredible organization. I've had the opportunity to lead in multiple capacities in lots of different places all over the world. And I just have had this strong desire to create a space and a place to grow a community of people who are just like me, people who just want to make a difference in the world, people who want to become the best version of themselves so they have the ability to bring out the best in others. And I wanted to have this space and I wanted to have this place. And I was like, I remember listening to my first podcast thinking I could do that. What an incredible way to add value. I have things to share. I have things to teach. I have challenges that I've overcome that I could potentially share and talk about what I've learned through that process and maybe be of service to one person. If one person gets an ounce of inspiration, motivation, the desire to take charge of their life because of something that I shared, then I feel like I'm living authentically in alignment with my purpose. And so I've had this dream to do this, but every time I sat down to think of an idea, every time I sat down to look into the process, every time I started to begin, doubt creeped up. Andrea, who do you think you are? Who's going to care? You're not like these people. You haven't written the books. You haven't spoken on those kinds of stages. You haven't led these types of seminars. Like, who are you? Like, who do you think you are? And I would start running into people who I talked about this dream with, and they were, Andrew, when are you going to start your podcast? When's your podcast going? Oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's in my heart, in my head, but it doesn't really serve a whole lot of people there until I finally just said, you know, who am I not to do this? Who am I not? I have had plenty of people in my life tell me that it would be impossible for me to have success as a woman in a certain arena. That because of where I grew up, I wouldn't amount to anything. Because of the challenges of my upbringing, because of who my dad is, I would never amount to anything. And I've had enough. And it's fine if people want to say what you're not capable of. And it's fine if people want to chop your dreams into little pieces because they're too afraid to go after their own for themselves. But it is not okay for me to be the person doubting myself. It is not okay for me to be telling myself, who am I? I'm not going to buy into their scripts and their stories and let that become my narrative. And it was almost like a switch flipped. I'm going to tell you, you are not going to be that person who speaks these negative ideas and thoughts and debilitating doubts into your life and your vision and your dreams. You have got to speak life into yourself. You have got to be the one to stand up for what it is that sets your soul on fire. You have got to be the one to say, enough is enough. Who am I not to? Start the podcast, write the book, make the post, share the story. It's really incredible. Most people succumb to doubt. Most people spend their entire lives dreaming of all the ways that they can do the big things in the world, yet they never take action because every time doubt rears its ugly little head, they back down. And these are the people that when they become older, that are interviewed. And what if you could go back in time, if you could relive your life, if you could go back, like what's one thing that you would do differently? And 90% of the time, I wish I would have gone after my dreams. I wish I would have accomplished the things that I was passionate and excited about. Most people succumb to doubt, but not you, because you're different. It's not going to happen to you this coming year because now you know and understand what doubt really looks like. You're going to trust yourself. You're going to trust why you're passionate about this thing. You're going to trust why this one topic means so much to you. You're going to trust your past experiences and understanding that they've been given to you so that you could tell the story of how to overcome them and provide a better way for somebody else. The third one is to push forward. You want to defeat doubt, you got to push past it. That's how you minimize how long doubt stays around. Listen, when we back down to doubt, if you've ever been in a situation where you've been bullied, okay, or you've watched bullying take place, or even if you've seen it in a movie or TV show, the bully comes up, the bully runs their mouth, the bully says the terrible things, the kid stands there, the kid cries, the kid is sad, their body language changes, you can instantly see their self-worth melt into a puddle before their feet, and the bully stands there continuing to go so long as the person continues to take it. Doubt works the same way, right? The minute that child speaks up for themselves, the minute that person in that bullying situation walks away, the minute that person disregards what is happening because they know that what that person is saying has nothing to do with them really, but more to do with that bully, they disempower the bully, just like you have the ability to disempower the doubt. And the bully just walks away. So how long that doubt stays there really is up to you. And it's based on your willingness to push past it. Oh my gosh, doubt's here. Okay, cool. I'm onto something good. This is proof. This is a test. I am passionate about my dream. I own my vision in this. I am going to trust myself and I'm going to push forward. And as you continue to do that, and the more times you do that, doubt's never going to go away, guys. You're going to have it forever. Doubt is always going to be a thing, but you are completely in charge of how big the thing is. You are completely in charge of how long doubt literally takes up space in your head and in your heart when you could be using that energy for other things. I like to personalize or give personification to things like doubt. So doubt is a dumb, obvious, undermining belief troll. That's what a doubt is. D-O-U-B-T. Dumb, obvious, undermining belief troll. It's dumb. And it's obvious when doubt appears, right? Because it's when we back down and we feel afraid. It's undermining because it completely hijacks your energy, your excitement, your focus. It's a belief troll. Trolling beliefs, showing up, trying to ruin the show, but not anymore. We're going to bless and we're going to release that little troll and we're going to be right on our merry way, continuing on our pathway, on our journey, working toward that thing that we're looking to accomplish. And as a leader, this is really important to remember because for whatever reason, people think when you get into a leadership position or because you've had a ton of success, doubt just doesn't happen. It just goes away, but it doesn't. So once you understand what doubt is, why it's showing up, what it really looks like, again, you have the ability to really leverage doubt's hold over you. You're able to leverage its energy for the greater good of what you're working to accomplish. So remember, when doubt strikes, it's a sign that you are in fact headed in the right direction. Doubt is normal. Doubt is a test. Doubt, oddly enough, is here to serve you. And it will do exactly that if you allow it to. Know what to do when it gets there and know how to overcome that. So thank you so much for being here today, for showing up for your growth and for committing to working toward becoming the best version of yourself. So let's help those around us make progress too. Do me a huge favor. Take a screenshot of this and share it in your story with a link to the episode so we can empower everyone with the ability to defeat doubt. Leave a review, reach out to me on social media, ask any questions. I would love to connect with you. You guys, thank you for being a part of the Brewing Success community, where growth is the mission, change is a reward, and progress is the goal.